Hey, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. I do a daily vlog here on YouTube, and I basically have set myself this challenge for 1,000 vlogs. So that I'm excited for, and thank you so much for coming along for the journey. Today though, I'm going to be talking about difficult siblings. So I heard recently, in fact, I'm sure I heard this on the radio somewhere, where it said that your children are with you for, like the closing stages of your life. Your parents are with you at the beginning, and your siblings are with you throughout the entire journey. And I thought, wow, I've never really considered that or thought about that. And when you think about it, it's quite astonishing, really, isn't it? It's most people have brothers and sisters and our siblings, we're on good terms with, really good terms with. They love us, we love them. They know us, right away from the beginning of our lives, right through to the end. And, it's lovely when you have that. Yeah, I accept that we are all individuals on this planet, and we all have different views on life, irrespective of if you have been raised in the same family with similar values. But those values can change, and those ideas that you have sort of fixed for yourself in life doesn't necessarily follow that your brother or your sister will have the same values. And that can cause some derision. It can mean that you separate away from them. And there are some brothers and sisters that probably don't see each other or have contact with each other throughout their lives. And I find that quite sad, but it's also necessary, because if you have a brother or a sister or a sibling in your life where they are difficult, that you perceive the chance for arguments, and you believe that they're difficult in their approach, then that can cause issues. And really, we should all be looking for peace in our lives, shouldn't we? We should all be seeking that, and if we can't get that, that can be quite difficult. So there are people who don't have access to their siblings, who don't want the contact, who aren't interested in that, and the siblings only ever really represent issues to them. And finding peace is so important in your life. I'm very lucky and very fortunate. I'm the youngest of 9, and I would say the majority of us really do get on well. And they know, even though we have fundamental differences, that I would always be there for them no matter what. And I think that's nice to know. We don't share some values, we don't share some perspectives on life. I think when you accept that, it's easier to accept it the older you get, I think, because you become wiser, you become more open to the possibility that your brother or your sister, live a different lifestyle. They live in a different way. They have a different job. They live some distance away, maybe. They're not in contact with you regularly. Maybe your perception of what a brother or sister should be is completely different to theirs. Theirs might mean just being in contact with you now and again. And yet there are some brothers and sisters who are in touch with each other every single day, and that's great. That's great that they share that. Some brothers and sisters share homes together and their families, and that's just incredible. Because, I always believe that your siblings are the first friends that you have. I remember, when I was younger, looking up at my brothers and sisters and feeling in awe of them, and really respecting them, and really looking forward to my time with them, because each and every one of them would bring something uniquely different to the table. And when they do that, you just think, how lucky am I? And I come from a time when, we never had cell phones, we never had, the internet or technology. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad we've got all that today. I really am. I am an early adopter of technology. I'm trying to get myself a DJI Osmo 3 so I can film these vlogs, and that would be great. But I am so lucky to have had these memories of these brothers and sisters that I've had. Sadly, one of my brothers passed away at a very early age, at the age of 10. I was 8, and he had leukemia and passed away. And the funny thing is, I can still hear his voice. If you look back through my YouTube channel, you'll see that I've done a couple of videos to David, and I just really pay homage to what was, you know, I was very lucky to have him in my life even at that time. And his passing taught me an invaluable lesson on life. And sadly, my eldest brother passed away 18 months ago, and he was an incredible figure in the family, somebody who I loved immensely. And although we weren't in each other's lives all the time, he knew that he loved me. You know, I knew that he loved me, and I loved him. And yeah, it's just hard to come to terms with the fact that I will never ever see them again. And if you've got a great relationship with your siblings, then that is something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. You really can. Siblings are the ones that will help you when all else around you won't. Or they should, maybe, you know, depending on the dynamic of your relationship with them. And there are some, you know, siblings who you don't connect with, and I get that. You know, they're for your peace, you need to not have them in your life because of their behaviors. Maybe it might be that they're connected strongly with alcohol or drugs, or they have an addiction of some kind, and that's not something that you want your immediate family around. You love them, you want to support them, but you accept and realize that you can't really do that because of their behaviors. So I get that. But for the majority, I would say that, you know, your brothers and sisters, you know, even as adults, we're not always in each other's lives, but they know they could pick up the phone and I would be there to help them. And I know I could do the same. And there's something special about that. There's something special about brothers and sisters, siblings, being in your life, being connected in a way which I guess sometimes no other relationship can actually replace that. You would tell stuff to your brothers and sisters that maybe you wouldn't tell to somebody else or a friend, you know? It's a different level of connection. That relationship is a special relationship. And when your mum and dad pass, you know, you share memories of your mum and dad with your sibling. And that is, you know, that is something to me that's to be, you know, to be savoured, because my brothers and sisters each have their own take on my mum and dad. And, you know, just the other night, you know, I heard something about my mum, and that just lit the flame of warmth, because my mum was such a lovely lady. And, you know, I'll never ever forget her. My dad was a wonderful man. So siblings, they are the people that you should go to, you know, and they should come to you. Isn't it great though when you have siblings and you can just meet them for coffee and cake, shoot the breeze, go shopping with? I'm very fortunate. I've got 3 sisters, and one of my earliest memories was my mum. She would take me as a toddler into town with her, and I'd go shopping with her. So clothes shopping for me isn't a task. I know that sounds randomly weird to say, and as a man going shopping, clothes shopping, a lot of men probably hate it, but I don't. I've always enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed fashion, and I think she instilled that in me, you know, as my mum. So to do that with my brothers and sisters, moreover my sisters than probably my brothers. My closest brother to me, he really does have a unique sense of fashion, and I've enjoyed at times bouncing off him in terms of talking about that. So the things that you can share with your brothers and sisters, yeah, don't lose it. If you can hang on to it, if you can keep it, that's wonderful. And if you can't, because of those behaviours, I get that too. I really do. Look, I am going to say thank you so much for following and liking and subscribing. It really means the world to me, so thank you for doing that. If you're not subscribed, a subscribe will be absolutely awesome. And look, as we turn around, look, I'll show you this. The sun is all but disappeared. There's a little bit of light left, and that's these short winter days. So as always, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, because this is part of my daily vlog where I vlog for 1,000 days. And I'm really loving it. So, as always, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.